Hello, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a video, and welcome back to the horror bar. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about. So there's a big issue with my Pamela voorhees. It's still missing, still waiting for her. No word on that one with deliveries in the UK. I've put the shark on this shelf here for now. He's only just a fit. I had to move some stuff about. So I've moved one of my dioramas back on the fridge, which is the Gremlins one. And I'll just move some stuff up there just to make some space for this, because it is massive and it is very impressive. I will say though, I probably should have said in the review, because I didn't really concentrate much on the playing of the game of it. Just basically the look, and because I'm only going to be obviously displaying it like this. I'm not going to be using it as a game, but as a game, it doesn't play that well. I don't know if it's just man, maybe it's just sort of like a default, because you have to literally press pretty hard down on the ton for the jaw to snap close. So me and my wife had a quick game of it, and we had everything in its mouth. And we got everything out pretty easy without it snapping. So yeah, you've got to press pretty hard down on it. I don't know if that is an issue with all of them or just man, but it's not really a big deal to me because I'm not playing it as a game anyway. It's just basically as a display piece. I will be picking up the other two figures. Quinn is very difficult to pick up at the moment because he's sold out everywhere. That character's always sold out. Obviously, he's a very popular character. But Hooper, I'll probably get him down the line. He's easy enough to grab hold of. So I'll probably put it down as a Christmas present because my parents usually like to get me something for Christmas, so they'll probably get me that or something for Christmas. So it will be coming in a collection, but it probably just won't be able to do a review on it until next year. So, well, it's not far away anyway, because we're already past halfway the point of October. So this video, I want to talk about Friday the 13th. Especially my full setup and display, what I had plans to do with this. So as you can see, so far that was my setup of my Friday the 13th display. So like I said a while ago, when they first showed off the Pamela voorhees figure, that was around the same time as the Jaws as well. They showed that off, and I couldn't decide between them both, so I decided to go with Friday the 13th. So literally, I ordered the two figures from the first three films, and then obviously I ordered the Pamela one as well. So technically, I ordered the first three characters. So the Pamela one was on pre-order, so it won't coming out until I think it was July time. It was supposed to coming out. Obviously in America, they already got theirs out pretty early. So what I did, I just decided to get the other two characters, make the dioramas for them, make a dedicated shelf area for them, bring my mask. I already had the Jason mask anyway. Brought that down, bought a machete, repainted all that. I am working on a busk at the moment, but I've left that at the moment. That's been left for a while. I've just not got around to getting back to it. So I know it looks a bit of a mess because it's not finished. It's nowhere near finished, but I didn't get around to finishing it off. I bought some cheap Jason masks because I was planning on doing a video on repainting them. But again, I've not got around to doing that because just super busy. So I just don't have time. I'm going to try and get to it though, because I'm going to keep on with the Friday the 13th display. But the thing what's really literally pissed me off is the fact that it's still not out in the UK, that one. So I ordered mine from Comics and Cocktails. I pre-ordered it and paid for it in full in April. And obviously now we're in October, coming up to, I think it's the 18th of October right now. I'm going to try and upload this video today. So I think it's the 18th of October. So it just seems like to me that it's not coming out in the UK. It's been cancelled and they're not telling us. For the people what I've ordered the figure from, whatever retailer you've ordered from. I ordered mine from Comics and Cocktails. I emailed them last week on Sunday. So obviously they wouldn't have got it, they wouldn't have seen it on the Sunday because it was a Sunday. But I emailed them on Sunday. It's Saturday now, and I've not heard nothing from them. So I've already paid for the figure. They've already got my money. It's not hard for them just to email, just to say, look, we don't know what's going on. That's all they need to say. But they just totally ignored it. So that's pissed me off as well. So I just want to know what's going on with this figure, because it shouldn't take this long to get it to the UK. Now, my Jaws, the shark, that was on pre-order. That was the second batch. The first batch came out a few months earlier in the UK, and my wife ordered me that one on a pre-order, and that was the second batch, and that was due to come out in this month, October. That one was from Mad About Horror, and the way the pre-orders have been going, I thought it wouldn't turn up until next month, but it actually turned up in October, which was good. So if they can get that, and that is a neca figure or neca whatever, neca shark, they can get hold of that and bring it to the UK. Why can't they get the Pamela voorhees figure? So like I said, it sounds like it has been cancelled, and they're not saying for some reason, especially the places you purchase these things from. So yeah, it's super frustrating, because if it's been cancelled, it's literally messed my full idea up of having my Friday the 13th display. You can see I've got the first two characters of Jason with the dioramas, and you can see that one is missing from the actual first one. And if I knew this was going to happen, I would have literally done the Jaws display instead of this display. It would have been the Jaws display, and I would have had the two other characters with the Jaws characters as well by now, because obviously I would have ordered them and I would have pre-ordered them, but I went down this path instead, which was a big mistake, because I'm not the biggest fan of Friday the 13th. He's a good looking character. The movies are okay, they're watchable. I've watched them a few times actually, since I've not really bothered with them at all for years, and then I've gone back and watched a few of them backwards and forwards with them. But yeah, I wouldn't have bothered at all collecting them. I wouldn't have bothered making the dioramas for them. I wouldn't have bothered making this like display for the Friday the 13th. So yeah, it's pretty frustrating. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so there's no information. So it's rather been cancelled, like I said, in the UK, or it's not even coming out probably till next year, which is just crazy to me. This is a figure what's like about £40 to buy, a little plastic figure. It shouldn't take this long to get to the UK. If this was a sculpture, people obviously, other collectors out there collect statues and stuff, which obviously they're all hand painted and made. They get delayed, that's understandable, but for this, it's definitely not understandable, considering it's out everywhere else. So if I could actually order it, probably from neca myself direct, but the only issue with that, and I don't want to do that, because literally I'm paying about £40 for it, but I'm also paying that in shipping as well, so I'm paying double the price for a figure. I don't want to be doing that. Shouldn't need to do that. So there's that. And the other issue as well, this is just basically a video of me moaning. The other one is Mezco. What is going on with Mezco? Now, I am still waiting for one particular one. This was supposed to be out in August. And like I said, it's October and it's still not out yet. So Mezco, I'll give them some leeway, because obviously when they release their figures, they release them everywhere on the world at the same time. So the one I'm waiting for is Beetlejuice. Like I said, that has already been paid for and ordered and everything. That was actually going to be a birthday present from my wife, which she ordered it back in April, because that's when my birthday was. But obviously we knew it wasn't coming out anyway until August. But we were in I was going to say September then. We was in October now. I've not heard anything about that either. But like I said, I give them a bit more leeway, because it's not out anywhere at the moment. But I'm thinking that it will be shipping or airing from them towards maybe the last week of October. So it could be around November time, I reckon. We'll get hold of that figure. But I definitely think it will be out this year. But a bit frustrated with that one. But again, it's not as bad as that one we're waiting for. So yeah, all nicely displayed with the dioramas, and they're all there apart from that one. So right, we're going to finish the video anyway. That was my little moan and rant, basically, because it is frustrating as a collector. especially considering. The thing is though, I'm so annoyed about this figure. When I get it, I am not going to be happy with it because I've waited that long for it. So I feel like emailing Comics and Cocktails again and telling them to cancel it, give them my money back, or transfer it onto something else. But obviously they haven't even got back to me on that anyway, so they probably won't even get back to me on that either. So I don't know. So, but yeah, I'm not even looking forward to getting it because it's annoyed me so much that it should have been here ages ago, and I could have finished all that off. I would have probably carried on finishing that busk off, and you would have been seeing the full video of it and everything. But I've lost interest in it because I'm frustrated about that figure when we're not getting any information about it. So we're finishing the video anyway. Hopefully you like this video. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.